I think that a good weeknight meal should have three main components. First off, of course, it has to be pretty quick and easy to make. Second, I want it to be balanced, of course. And third, it has to be flavorful. Just because we're making a quick and easy meal doesn't mean that we are going to sacrifice flavor. And that is where these spicy peanut noodles come in. This is basically a stir fry. It features frozen vegetables for ultimate convenience. We only have to chop up 2 veggies, and those are both garnishes, so it's entirely optional. If you are new here, I'm Cassidy. I'm a registered dietitian, and I share easy vegetarian recipes pretty much most weeks on this channel, so you can hit subscribe to keep up with new videos on my channel. So the first part, and the thing that takes the most amount of time for this recipe, is boiling these noodles. I am using rice noodles, so this recipe is almost gluten-free. It's gluten-free if you use tamari instead of soy sauce, but we'll get to that. All right, I'm just using half a package, or about 8 ounces of the rice noodles. So start checking on them at about the 5-minute mark. I'm using creamy peanut butter to make the peanut sauce. This is 1/3 cup and 1/4 cup of low salt or reduced sodium soy sauce. This is just to cut back on some of the saltiness because it can get really salty really quickly in this recipe. 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. This adds a little bit of tanginess and balances out the savory flavors. And 1 teaspoon of toasted sesame oil. A little bit of this can go a long way. And like I said, this is spicy. So I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of garlic chili sauce. So it's pretty spicy, but I think the predominant flavor here is actually the garlic. So to really drive home the heat, I'm adding sriracha, just a tablespoon. And then at this consistency, it's just not gonna be easy enough to stir. So I like to add about 1/4 cup of liquid. It's gonna be kind of tricky to whisk at first, and you're gonna feel like you're not getting anywhere, but trust me, it will get nice and creamy. So if it looks a little thin, don't worry, it is actually gonna thicken up as it sits. Someone just started mowing outside. Welcome to real life in my kitchen. This is what it's really like. So once you have that all whisked together, all we have to do is stir fry those veggies so we can move over to the stove and start that process. So I'm using frozen vegetables just for like the utmost convenience. So this is 11 ounces of vegetables. I'll add to a pretty hot pan. And I'm also adding in a cup of edamame. So I'm just gonna stir fry this for about 3 to 4 minutes because they're frozen veggies. It can take a little longer, but we are cooking this at a medium-high to high heat, so it should thaw pretty quickly. Once there's some browning and crackling, that is your sign to add a little bit of toasted sesame oil. Stir it all together and turn off the heat. Now we just have to pour the peanut sauce all over those noodles. And you can see it thickened up a little as it sat. And then the easiest way to do this is to use a tongs to toss everything. It's beautiful. Brief intermission for this cat that interrupted my cooking. Mr. Wilson wanted to say hi. All right, let's go, baby. I like to use the white and the green parts of green onions. You could always saute the white parts with the rest of the vegetables if you don't want raw onion, but I think it adds a nice crunch. And then I like to add a little bit of cilantro as well, just a little bit, not too much. And I want to chop this up really roughly because the last thing we want is little cilantro stems in there. That's just like something I have done on accident before, and it's just, ugh, it's not good. And ta-da! Toss it all together with your tongs. And you can see that that peanut sauce really thickens up on the noodles. There is the perfect level of heat and tang, super rich and creamy. So file this one under easy 30-minute meals, which, by the way, I have a ton more on the blog at cozypeachkitchen.com. I think there's actually a fourth component to my 3-component best weeknight meal scenario, and that is versatility. And let me tell you, this recipe is so versatile because I've made it with baked tofu on top just for a little extra protein to make it extra filling. I like to add chopped cashews or chopped peanuts. You can use a variety of different noodles or veggies, it's really up to you. So if you try this recipe, please let me know down below in the comments. I love hearing from you. And as always, don't forget to hit subscribe because I do share new videos most weeks. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you next week with another easy vegetarian recipe.